See, I don't know what. I want everybody to know something. I want everybody to know.
Well, this is the first time. If we're going to address this, it's the first time.
It's not the first time, but
I would say around so.
Would you say? No. I want to address something. We don't usually Joey or I pick a song before we
Mostly
do
me.
this. Mostly you, because you like to do that whole bit of like, oh, let's talk about poop with Odell Beckham.
Well, it ties into the theme of the week. Sorry, I'm creative. Sorry, I love the story. Sorry, I love structure.
Let's talk about cucking with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Whatever it may be. Poopy Day Song when Antonio Brown had the poop week, that was fantastic. And then we did it again. Or no, not Antonio Brown. Oh, good, because it was Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Some of these sound waves are still here.
Would you like to start over?
No. It's good. Just cut this part out. 3, 2.
No, it's already recording, so you're fine.
This is funny. Keep this in. This is funny as fuck. This is live television.
In between the scenes.
All right, ready?
Behind the scenes. Yeah, let's do it.
Lamar Jackson was the guy.
Lamar Jackson, yeah. So, yeah, when Lamar Jackson had his poop week, we played Poopy Day Son. When there was, I believe we played the Battle of the Bumblebees, or the Flight of the Bumblebees, when it was the Super Bowl week, because it was indeed the Flight of the Bumblebees, and it was the last battle there. And I just like to have structure. I like to have theme.
You don't like shit.
I like to have purpose.
You don't like purpose. What purpose?
I build this show into a strong dimension of many layers and many factions.
Let me tell you something.
That you can either be a hardcore listener, you know, our insider bits.
Antonio Brown left.
Played Antonio Brown songs, yeah, left, and then I played Antonio Brown.
And then you played Le'Veon Bell songs.
Played LB,
What do all
when
these
LB
things
got
have in common?
picked up and got signed whenever we first started the
What do
show.
all these things have in common?
That, one, I know talent, one, I like theme. I'm sorry, like Poopy Day Song by Francis Gill, the French song.
Let me help you there, friend.
Like, you don't think...
Let me help you there, friend.
Thank you, buddy. Let me help you real quick.
All I'm saying is this.
Yeah,
It's all
you have a
fun and
point there.
games.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games until copyright infringement comes in.
Well, I mean, we are big enough for that, so I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, of course.
And on that note, welcome to the Face of the Franchise Show. I am your host, Michael.
We're queuing to the camera. You're back to queuing to the camera?
Yeah.
You didn't do that for like 3 months, by the way, but we're back to queuing to the camera.
We're back from a long hiatus.
We are.
And to my right is the teacher in charge, Joey Little
Mr. Joe.
Mr. Joe to all the kids out there, and congratulations on the new job. That is why we haven't been here for a while, and I am not putting it on you. Shit happens, you know. I went to Miami for a bachelor party. I did some stuff as well. We just
have you been COVID tested again? Yeah!
We'll find
Absolutely!
Out. We'll find out
next week.
See if we're gonna be back next week or everybody's gonna be sick. Continue.
Fantastic. I'm snapping ready and going.
In all honesty, I'll be honest. I was very COVID conscious. We did have an antibody test. Me and my girlfriend Sam. I'm okay, so you're fine.
I will snap again then.
So you're good. You're good. I would put you guys. This man, Sam has 2 daughters. You think I want to ruin that for him?
Hey, listen, I thought you were ready and set up to cancel yourself. Good recovery. I was worried. I was ready to throw you under the bus and once again take over the studios. We all know I will one day.
I'm not one of those guys.
Whether when you perish shortly, which
I will tell you something.
Very surely perish soon, or something happens to you, whatever reason. Who knows? Life's short.
I mean, I might die.
And then I'll take over the studio.
Yeah. But here's the deal.
Right. I already have contracts worked out.
Florida is its own country right now. I hope you know that.
100%.
Nobody was wearing masks. Nobody gave a fuck.
100%. That's not right now. It's been its own country.
And this can
whether
segue.
we wanted to realize it or not, you want to say...
Well, you just keep going.
Well, let's get right into it. Because what we were luckily able to do, even though we were out for a little bit, is we're able to immediately give you, only nearly a month removed, the immediate takes of the Super Bowl. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You do not have to wait whatsoever. We wanted to get right on these mics. We were not going to wait and give you our Super Bowl takes. We know that pretty much every other sports show in the nation has kindly waited for us and waited with great suspense of what we were going to say. And Newt, I think we're finally ready to give it to them. I think the people are ready to hear. Again, only a short month after the fact of when the Super Bowl happened. You have not heard any other takes at all so far. And 2 tackles were out. 2 tackles were out.
The passing of the torch didn't happen. All right, so that's
So
the Super
moving
Bowl
right along, that was our
odds.
Super Bowl segment.
Congratulations, Super Bowl 56. We're coming for you next.
Woo!
But no.
Do you want to do the stupid prediction thing real quick too?
Okay,
we might as well. You want to do the prediction early? Yeah.
Oh, Tampa Bay and the Chiefs again because never say die.
The Dolphins and the Washington football team.
Yeah, they see that. Put money on that. I bet you that those odds are ridiculous.
It's gonna be that every 30 seconds.
We know that. Oh, let me just check real quick.
What are the odds on that? Can you give? You want to go ahead and give us the odds on that?
Well, right now, West Virginia is covering. Thank you, Press Virginia.
Okay, then we're talking about college basketball bet and not college basketball show.
Virginia.
March Madness coming up very soon. We should do a special show for that. By the way,
if we did, why not? I mean, I don't see a problem.
I mean, who would know? Yeah, who would? Yeah, I have a couple people in mind for that show as well.
I want you to know.
Off the mic talk.
I want you to know right here. Okay, so the Dolphins right now, they are.
So I parlay this.
2,800.
Okay.
All right, let's just see how much that is.
That's just to make it to the Super Bowl, right?
This is just to make it to the Super Bowl.
Plus 2,800.
And then for the Washington football team is 6,000.
Okay.
So let's parlay it.
At plus 8,000.
So, yeah, but how much money you want to put on it?
I want to put $100 on it.
$100. Okay. You'd make 4,400.
Yeah. I might lock it in, man.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
But yeah. So
Super Bowl predictions, baby.
That's the Super Bowl predictions of that stupid shit.
Yeah. Now, first take, you can go ahead and fly with it as you will. Rip us off all you want. Good morning football, do your thing, whatever. You're welcome.
But obviously, with the time span of us, we will get to all the stuff. I think the biggest news is the quarterback carousel has been going on left and right, and one of the biggest dominoes has fallen, which is Carson Wentz goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Everybody predicted it, I feel like. But what people did not predict is the compensation. So the compensation for Mr. Carson Wentz was a third-round pick with a second-round pick turning into a first-round pick if he plays 70% of his snaps and makes it to the playoffs, or if he plays 70% of his snaps and makes it to the playoffs, or 75% of his snaps outright. So basically, they are saying, Carson, you are damaged goods, and we're going to protect ourselves. And the Eagles were bullshitting the entire time about the Bears wanting him, the God knows what wanting him, and the Colts basically said, hey, we have Frank Wright, the guy who made him an MVP one year.
You win one Super Bowl and you think yourself to a grave.
Exactly.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
So here's my take on the whole thing. Eagles got nothing. Eagles got nothing on this trade. They basically said, Jalen Hurts, you're our guy. They did this whole song and dance with Doug Peterson. He's gone. Carson Wentz gone.
Can Jalen Hurts be the guy?
Well, we'll get to that. But they said he's the guy. So now to Carson Wentz, the Colts basically said, we have a low risk.
We have to talk about Carson for longer?
I mean, just a little bit. Low risk, high reward with the coach that made him an MVP caliber quarterback before the injury. Now, the Colts went to the playoffs with none other than Phillip backdoor covered Rivers.
Give me a 12th kid, baby. Give me a 12th.
So,
give me a fucking dozen now.
If Carson can be as good as Phillip Rivers,
yeah,
Colts can be a Super Bowl winning team. Let's be honest. That could be in a conversation with the Chiefs, with the Bills. Listen, there's a lot more things that need to happen. T.Y. Hilton's leaving. They might need to get another receiver.
A lot of hot takes going to come in the offseason. A lot of hot takes.
But seriously,
hot steaming pile of takes.
Look at their division. Let's take a look at their division.
Titans. No, I get what you're getting.
Titans are pretty good.
Yeah.
They might have to fight them, obviously.
But I feel about the Titans.
The other two are jackasses. Jaguars and Houston Texans. So
I mean, yeah,
they didn't have to do much to.
It's those two fighting it out.
Exactly. So it's a duke-out session. So might as well try to get Carson.
Unless Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer take over the run.
Now for Jalen Hurts, is he the guy? I don't know. I mean, the guy did well enough to garner a QB1 status, but at the end of the day, so did RG3 at one point. So I don't know what to do. At this point, the team is in disarray. The wide receivers might as well be you and me in tight shorts, and the running back.
Love me a good pair of tight shorts, baby.
And their defense is Swiss cheese. So the Eagles
does my cock.
So the Eagles by themselves have their own problems. Colts did a low risk, high reward kind of thing. That's my take. Congratulations, Colts. You won the trade. That's my take.
Couldn't decide if I want to go balls or cock, and then I decided against it, but said cock anyway.
I think you said cock. I think you just
No,
said
I did. I just to say cock. Just so everyone's
I think
going to
you love
impulsively get a cock in.
Yeah, I think you.
I'm cockadoodle for
You're
cock.
cock-a-doodle for cock.
Well, that is a
on a
new
t-shirt.
theory.
Sam, we got a new t-shirt.
Our first t-shirt.
T-shirt. No, one it will technology once theirs, but we'll talk about it.
Be careful, I'm sure they're a big listener to this show.
Fucking face of the franchise.
You can't wait to get
inner fucking Four Corners radio fight right there.
Little inner Four Corners radio beef for anybody that is listening that's a big Four Corners radio fan in general. But moving right along from that, order 100 t-shirts right now. But more importantly, not only am I cock-a-doodle for cock, potentially, but I'm also disgusted by this trade. Not cock-a-doodle for Carson Wentz, it's cock, that's for sure. I mean, I think we knew he was damaged goods. I think he's shown us he's damaged goods. I think he's a mental handicap. I don't think he knows how to get over the mental handicap. I think it's a very RG3-esque mental handicap. Injured and, oh no, I don't know what to do anymore.
That's nice.
And that's a
nice take.
Thank you.
Continue.
You're acting like that's, you know.
The RG thing, we both went RG3 right there, but we went the opposite way.
Right. Oh, you're okay. Yeah. I mean, we're back. We're back.
I went RG3 on the Jalen Hurts. You went RG3 for the Carson.
Well, Brown knows each other. This is why we do it together forever.
Human centipede later.
Thank you, Snugglepuss.
Jesus.
So. Anyway, so Jalen Hurts, man, I do think he has potential to be the guy. I think if you set him around with the right pieces, I think that offensive line, now depending on what pieces stay and if we draft correctly coming up, I think can be a very, very nice offensive line. That defensive line, we already know what they're capable of, and don't sleep on them because that'd be a big fucking mistake.
Underrated.
I'm still worried about that secondary, but that's not really Jalen Hurts' job to lead. Now.
Correct it.
In a sense. In practice, maybe he's...
Correct it. You said Jalen Hurts.
Oh, my God. Okay. I apologize.
There you go.
I apologize. But no, so that's, I mean, I think he can be the guy.
That's not Carson's job. Continue. That's what you mean.
No, I'm not talking about Indy. I'm talking about the Eagles. Straight up. I'm talking about the Eagles, and I'll get to...
Oh, no.
You lost
me. You lost me there. You got
a little lost there. You got 2 years, you got to listen to both.
You're giving praise to the Eagles right now?
Just stick with me. Okay. I'm giving praise to Hurts. I'm giving praise to Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you were confused there. I did not need to self-correct. I was
you
like,
were right.
Do you want me to
correct?
correct?
I was just so
Not
dumbfounded that I thought you were talking about the Colts.
I said Jalen Hurts, and can Jalen Hurts be a leader? You have 2 years, listen. So anyway.
I have 2 eyes, and Jalen Hurts is not.
This is like that Skype show all over again. When I asked you to talk about your surprise, and you talked about your disappointment. He's going to
be one of those guys that we're going to see 2 years from now
yes.
and be like, remember Jalen Hurts?
I'll get to the Colts in a moment, but basically the structure of my argument is here I attacked Carson, since you weren't listening, was I attacked Carson, and then I'm going to Jalen and the Eagles, and then I'll wince back around to how I think the Colts are going to be with Carson.
This is X-Files.
Thank you. That's how I do my... Have you been with me the last year and a half?
Go ahead. I'm going to let you rant King because I got to check this back.
Oh, fantastic. Thank God. Finally. Just check your back. Why don't you just do that when I start talking? So, anyway, dude, I'll pretend like you're listening. So, yeah, no, I do think Jalen Hurts has the potential to be a leader here. Why? Again, I mentioned the secondary. The secondary is iffy, but it's not Jalen Hurts' job to lead them. But rather, it is Jalen Hurts' job to lead that offense, and I think he can do that down the road. Obviously, the Eagles' decisions have been absolutely blasphemous. I did say they have literally overthought themselves into a grave, into a toilet, into a dumpster. Make your metaphor, make your analogy as you please. Colts with Carson, again, I don't want to spend too much time on him. I've already kind of written him off and knew he was damaged goods, as I previously said before I was terribly interjected and interrupted. But not only that, I think it's Titans division now. It really is, because you get Jacoby back there, and Jacoby can do his thing again. I have more faith in Jacoby leading this team than I do Carson Wentz.
Oh, now that's a hot take.
I don't think so.
Well,
and I don't think Jacoby thinks so either.
Well, here's my thing. I mean, like, I'm not going to be the dead horse with this, but
yeah,
it's literally like, it is a 2-team race. It's the Colts and the Titans again for the 9th time in the past year, except for that one time where the Jacksonville Jaguars absolutely had a wagon of a team where they had a great defense.
I missed that year so much.
All right.
What's up?
But and then they had the baloney man himself, Doug Marone. And
hey, watch out! We may have a new era of Duval football.
Jesus,
coming very soon. Saxonville 2.0, Urban Meyer, and Trevor Lawrence.
I will
gonna be unstoppable.
I will bet against the Jaguars no matter who they're fucking playing. I don't care if it's the fucking Eagles, who's the
Hey, you know what? Another hot take
Bengals.
to start off the first week we're recording on the off season. Jaguars make the playoffs next year.
Moving on.
Am I fired from the
Moving
show
on.
yet?
Moving on. So, and now one of the biggest stories was the Texans releasing probably their all-time player, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt has voiced one of their opinions.
Duval!
Of saying that.
Sorry, I just wanted one more.
Of saying he doesn't like the organization. Obviously, we know what's happening with Deshaun Watson. DeAndre Hopkins is gone. David Johnson is still there. Whatever. But J.J. Watt said he's gone, and there was a lot of garner of interest. Apparently, 11 teams had reached out: Colts, Browns, Steelers, Buffalo Bills, Green Bay Packers, you name it.
It's bothering me that you mentioned David Johnson is relevant, but
He somewhat. He was that.
How many years does he have to disappoint us in fantasy, dude?
He
How
had
many
one
fucking
year.
goddamn years does he have to blue ball
He
us?
garners one mention a show because of that 1 year of 1,000 yards.
One mention a show?
Yeah.
He has not made one mention
Okay,
a show.
one mention,
This is his first mention in like maybe
Let me
6,
tell you
7 months,
something.
maybe.
You want to hear the funniest story of all time?
He kind of got up close and
You want-
personal, by the way. Like, he whispered in my ear a
you
little
want
bit. He
me-
got off mic.
you want
Hey,
me-
can I tell you something?
You want to know the funny story? So we play an auction draft, me and my cousin. And my one cousin loves David Johnson. He loved David Johnson after the year he did good.
I did too.
Spent $75 in fantasy. That's like taking three first round draft picks saying I want David Johnson. And
Okay. I've never done an auction draft,
so
okay.
Second week breaks his hand out for the season.
Right.
My man goes last place. I feel bad. Since then, we make the joke, are you going to go for David Johnson?
Everyone fell in love with him with that Amazon show, too. What was it called?
Oh, the All or Nothing.
All or
I love
Nothing.
that show.
Great. Better than Hard Knocks in my opinion.
Ooh, see, I said that and a lot of people came out my neck.
I said that too, and I also got the heat.
No.
Again, it's why we do the show together, baby.
Amazon Prime, if you have it, please see All or Nothing. It is incredible.
It's fantastic.
It's incredible. I don't know who they're doing it this year with, but it's incredible.
I'm very excited to see it because I'm excited to see the COVID.
So,
Cowboys' year was the worst one, though. It was dog shit.
100%.
Fucking
100%. I want to see Zeke grab titties. They didn't show that part. That's the reason why he got suspended.
Or him doing some weird shit in a hot tub, like
Dak,
or whatever.
by the way,
like,
Dak
that
is the biggest bitch I've ever met in my entire life. Fuck
Whoa!
Dak Prescott. He's the biggest bitch I know.
I listen. I thought it was the thing to be right, but you have to, that's a hard eggshell to walk on now, buddy. Because
why?
Well, I mean, his brother, his injury.
Oh my God, stop.
He's a great guy.
No. Okay. All right. Ready? I'll bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back.
Biggest bitch football player of all time. Outside of that, he's good. He's fine. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
He's a great guy.
So
he's a real nice, great guy.
Now that we went off topic a lot, J.J. Watt finally signed with his team. He went to his old teammate DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah,
and said,
that's what we were talking about.
let's team up one more time. He signed a 2-year deal, $31 million, $23 million guaranteed, making him one of the highest paid rushers to date. I will start with the good and then I'll end with the bad. J.J. Watt, probably one of the most dominant players in NFL history defensively. You can argue 3 defensive player of the year, sack leaders, whatever.
Never forget when he's being used as a tight end in the red zone too, baby.
Man's a beast.
Yeah.
He's going to be teamed up with another guy named Chandler Jones, both who have the most sacks since 2016, I believe. Buda Baker.
Our guy,
you
yeah.
have,
Our guy.
Isaiah Simmons. You have a great defensive line.
That defense is fucking stout now.
Yes. Now they have
not that it wasn't before, but now you have a leader, you have presence, you have a break fucking ball.
Now.
And you have a true leader in the NFL.
Yes.
I would say
J.J. Watt, hardest work. We talked about it before the show. He's one of those guys with God-given talent plus hard work, and that's what comes out.
He doesn't know how to fun.
He does not know how to get out of anything.
He doesn't understand to relax.
0.
Doesn't know what that means.
He was working out in a Cardinals shirt before he went to go sign with the Cardinals.
Yeah, let me try the equipment out real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta try the equipment.
He went to the weight room, saw Chandler Jones, and then he was like, I'm signing and I'm coming to work out. So it's like, whatever. But
Chandler, you do 4 days too? Fantastic.
Now, here's what I don't get. They are going to lose Patrick Peterson. Byron Murphy turned out to be the biggest bust probably from that draft that he was drafted in, the defense back end wise is getting cooked by Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Ayukin, Deebo Samuels, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
You didn't fix anything there. The offensive line is atrocious.
Yep.
Kyler Murray's running for his goddamn life.
Yep.
You have, I can name, okay.
Everyone talked about Mahomes running for the 571 yards in the Super Bowl. I know we talked about it. I know we covered it. And then, this man, Kyler, what would you say? Imagine just, if you take the height of his game, I guarantee you there's a game where he ran over 1,000 fucking yards in the backfield. It was insane how much this man was running around. Him or Russell did the most yards running around in the backfield.
It has to be. Because outside of DeAndre Hopkins, you have Andy Isabella, you have Christian Kirk, you have all these players who are probably, Christian Kirk is average. Everybody else is below average or shitty. And then you didn't fix anything. But you toss money to this guy, J.J. Watt, granted, great leader, like we said, hard worker, probably brings something to the locker room. We don't see. And DeAndre Hopkins, of course, was enforcing it because ex-teammate, they loved each other, whatever. So, in my personal opinion, good signing as an overall team leadership, bonding, but as an improvement, this team didn't go up a notch, in my opinion. It was like, oh shit, Rams, oh shit, Seahawks, oh shit, 49ers, get ready, the Cardinals are making that leap. No, they didn't.
You have an expiring, with all due respect, J.J. Watt is what you have.
Exactly.
Now listen, I prompted you, I'm with you in the leadership. We're, again, on the same page here with this one, because, his leadership has to be respected, it has to be styled, you have to understand that, again, top leader, I think there's no one that questions that if you really watch and understand this game, right? But, again, an expiring J.J. Watt, right? You get him for way overpaying. Way overpaid for what I would give a mid-tier quarterback, or franchising a mid-tier quarterback on 1 year. Like, it's ridiculous, and it's a waste of money. I truly believe that. Again, like Nude said, you have hope, and I texted you this too immediately. It was like, hey, there are holes to fill in that O-line, like you already mentioned.
Exactly.
Running back is unimpressive, so your situation is not great or ideal. Kenyon Drake did not work out, as we all know.
That guy. Yeah.
Speaking of fantasy blue balls. And again, like you also mentioned, that secondary, besides a couple guys, besides Buddha, he can't cover it all by himself, right? Like, the games that Buddha really stood out were the games where, and this is kind of obvious, where the receivers were a little bit weaker. That Cowboys game in particular, if you remember, it was week 6 or 7, when they just dismantled, and we both texted each other, holy shit, our guy Buddha, right? Well, that was because, again, the receivers weren't great, they were beat up, CeeDee Lamb was out that week, and there's a lot of other reasons. Not taking away from Buddha, he was one of the best safeties in the game.
Definitely not Buddha.
But those cornerbacks are trash. Patrick Peterson on the tail end of his career, and is he even coming back this year?
What?
Patrick?
They said they're not going to sign him. They said they're not going to sign him.
Okay, so Pat P's gone, and he was already basically a ghost anyway. Well, again, all due respect to him, too. And it's not the best signing, in my opinion. Again, like you said, it makes sense from a certain standpoint, but you're not really addressing holes. You're just kind of, super sweet Chandler Jones, you're like a little kid that's putting together his Madden team, with all due respect.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It really is just, what we've been talking about, what this team didn't go up a notch. They had their things. I'm sorry, I'm reading this thing now.
You're good. I'm just checking the next topic.
I'm just reading about the J.J. Watt stuff. You think about it, who is going to give him that money but the Cardinals? Cardinals gave him the money, and nobody had a chance after that. It was a lot of money for a guy who was expiring, like you said. Great locker room guy, great mix, but I don't see it unless maybe that's why I'm not a coach. But maybe the locker room was needed that voice to get to the hump. J.J. Watt's going to be that guy. But I digress. And good luck to J.J. Watt, one of my favorite players that is a non-Steeler. Go do your thing. So, to one of my most complicated.
See, I wanted to steal it from you because you're trying to do transitions this week.
No, I'm not, because this
How I missed them. That's what I meant to say.
Don't say that, because it's a good transition, because it is a complicated relationship.
Well, I also wanted to get in mind who will not be facing rape charges this year and can invade it for yet another year.
Alright, we're going to talk about douchebags in a little bit, because your ownership is about to cut the comeback player of the year. Good story.
Oh, I will be right with your train on that.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm with you on that, bro. that's the thing. Yeah. Go
You
ahead.
know I'm not gonna protect this shit. When have I ever protected Ben Roethlisberger on this show? Fuck.
So you're cool with the rapes? You're cool with rape?
Where's the paperwork? Show me the legend. Show me it.
You're basically saying you're okay with it.
Alright,
You
so-
heard it here first.
Where?
When
show
we
me-
ever blow up,
Show me where it says
whatever
Ben
journalist that's
Roethlisberger,
digging deep once we
say
blow up.
Ben Roethlisberger guilty of rape.
Michael,
Where, give me the
the
headline.
Pharaoh
Give me
Shanudi
those
says
headlines.
he is okay with rape.
Give me the headline.
Disgusting,
Show me
atrocious.
Show me this transcript.
Absolutely
See,
disgusting.
this is what I'm saying.
Am I? This is the last show I'm ever
You're a
doing.
Hillary. Show me the emails. Show me the fucking. Anyway.
We cannot present them at this time as they are not
Yeah, that's
available
what
for
I
your
fucking
authorization
thought.
to view.
That's what I fucking thought. Ben Roethlisberger.
Not for your eyes at this time.
I'm just gonna do this quickly. Fuck you. Ben Roethlisberger says he wants to come back at whatever fucking money
Cool.
he says. Cool. He had a great conversation with ownership. He's coming back.
Sick.
Whatever. Okay. Tell me what the number is. That's all I fucking care about. If it is $41 fucking million for that fat fuck, I am gonna fucking lose my fucking mind. Thank
With the
God,
third pick
thank God.
in the 2016
No, Deshaun Watson pick is dead. Everything
in
is
the
dead.
2016 draft, the
Go
Steelers
Miami
draft.
Heat. Go Washington Capitals. Go Washington Capitals. Go Miami Heat. Fuck this.
I even ASMR'd it for you. Come on.
I can't. I can't get up.
The Steelers
I can't get up. I can't. It's.
Deshaun Watson.
There's no way we're gonna have Deshaun Watson. There's no way now. There's no possible way. Because this fucking asshole came back, and we have a new offensive
Why
coordinator.
did you? Why?
Offensive coordinator. New offensive coordinator. Everything was great. Offensive coordinator came back. A new offensive coordinator who I actually was okay with. Juju said he wants to come back. Fine, I don't care. Juju's okay. Chase said he is going to work out with some specialist who works with fucking Julio Jones and all this stuff. All the right things. All the right things. Then all of a sudden, Ben Roethlisberger, I will play for nothing. And then I'm
Why are you throwing paper balls at me?
and I'm like, cool, he will come and play for nothing. That means one thing and one thing only. Do the Drew Brees thing. Give him $1 million, which is the league minimum. And then take that money, give it to Bud Dupree, give it to Mika Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt. Bring Deshaun Watson to me. Now! And then,
With the 4th pick in the 2016 draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Deshaun.
you doing it as a draft. It's not a draft anymore. This is not
I don't care!
This is not
That's the way we originally did it!
Fuck
Commit to the bit, dick!
Fuck this. I can't commit to shit anymore. Fuck this. I have commitment.
But Ben apparently can. Listen, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I think you will be fine with this. I think D Mike, an avid listener of this show,
Yes.
will be fine with this. And that is, it's like, everyone has that uncle, or that that
See, I'm not gonna stop.
that cousin,
I'm not gonna
that
stop.
that real old uncle that just comes out over Thanksgiving and is just, I can still throw the ball. You want to see what I can do? You want to go out? You said you want to play football? No, Uncle Mike, I didn't. Sorry, D Mike, I did not insult towards you whatsoever. No, Uncle Mike, I do not want to fucking see how you can throw the football. You say this every single year. You tear your rotator cuff, and every single year we go to the hospital when you're during Thanksgiving. Or some simpler form of that, right? You have the uncle that still thinks he's the hot shot. He played in high school. He wants to show you how his arm still works. His big dick energy that he thinks he's throwing out there, that he wants to show to whoever may be, and it's just embarrassing. He fumbles and stumbles. He's always a couple beers too deep. He's always a couple years too late. And way, way too much beer muffin or muffin tops to gone. And that's just the way it is with Big Ben. He is the drunken uncle that embarrasses himself at Thanksgiving dinner now. That's what he is.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, so you're not okay with that?
Ben's coming back. End of story. We have the hardest schedule in the NFL coming up.
You're going to mention Russell Wilson? We could move on.
Move on. Russell Wilson. Fuck me.
Another
quarterback. Another quarterback.
Wait, another hot take, real quick. 2-14 Steelers next year.
All right. What the fuck? That's not even like a hot take. That's like, what are you doing?
All right, fine. 6-10.
I know. All right. Russell Wilson. I guess him or his camp or something leaked out some information saying he
It was his
expressed.
It was his game.
He expressed concerns about
So
the offensive
it's-
line, saying he doesn't want to play for the Seattle Seahawks. But then
The
he comes up-
off-season stories,
That's
baby.
here he does. Here's this. Then Russell Wilson says he did not request a trade, but here are the list of teams he would be okay with. 3 being the Cowboys, the Dolphins, and the Raiders. Raiders and Bears. 4 teams. Raiders and Bears. There it is. I remember
Raiders, Bears, Dolphins.
Cowboys.
Okay.
So the Cowboys would be an interesting situation because of Dakota Prescott. What could happen?
Jerry Jones would get rid of Dakota in a He's been waiting.
You
for
see
that
this?
call.
You remember back in the day
He's
when
been
you had a
waiting.
Game Boy and the Pokemon came up and you were traded and the Pokemon came down? Dakota, Russell.
And you knew, you always knew whether you were on the wrong side or the right side of that.
Right
shit.
away.
100%. And it was never fair.
Right away.
It was never fair.
So I have this question for you because
Always on the right side.
here that is the second team. Like that is the second place
Level
team.
$65 Kazam for a level 13 chicken
But
puff. Never forget.
what I didn't understand, the first team he
Hustle
mentioned
your fights.
was Chicago Bears. Now he said the Chicago Bears, and he said, I want to go play there, but he hated the offensive line in Seattle. So why would you go to Chicago, who has equally a worse offensive line? And Allen Robinson might be gone. Jimmy Graham is older than dust.
The other 3 had great offensive lines. Dolphins and Cowboys.
Dolphins, I mean, like they're
When
not
Cowboys
as bad.
are healthy.
They're not as bad.
Raiders is
That's
questionable,
not bad, but that's not bad. So, I think
Bears are atrocious.
here's what this all is. This is all just Russell doing his little magic trick, Mr. Unlimited, saying, I want a better offensive line, make it happen, or I want to go to these teams, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's like, oh, is the NFL turning to NBA? No. Here's the crux of it. If I'm Russell Wilson, and I've been your Super Bowl champion, I've done this for you,
By the way,
made
what
sure-
is a crux? I've always wondered that.
crux is like, here's the nitty gritty of it.
No, I understand it. I used the phrase earlier. I understand like the meaning behind the phrase.
Yeah. But who said it?
What? No. What is a crux?
I don't know what exactly is a crux.
It sounds like a grosser version of crust, like crust you'd find on like human skin,
Eh,
or like something.
I don't want to use it anymore.
Now, like
Here's a spade a spade. Call a spade a spade.
God damn it, it's back! It's back!
You made it. You said you didn't want crust. Here's
I'll go with crust. Say it.
here's the details of
It
this.
sounds like alien skin. I like alien skin. Here's the alien skin of it all.
That might be the alien skin of it all.
Okay.
So Russell Wilson, I mean, you've been a Super Bowl champion. You've done so much for this franchise, right? All you want is another chance at a Super Bowl. With that offensive line, there is no chance. You are getting killed by Nick Bosa, by now J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones, by now Aaron Donald and all that talent in Los Angeles.
Right.
And
And that 49ers.
I said Nick Bosa.
Okay.
Hey, no, I got you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's me. Not
Hey,
using
you see
both
that?
fingers.
We're
I
even.
didn't
We're
even.
even. We're even. Okay.
Beautiful.
So
Love it.
all he needs is just an offensive line. You have a running game. You have DK. You have Tyler. You have a good defense. You have stuff. Now, what does Russell want the most? He just wants protection. You give him protection, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. It's a no-brainer. So, if I'm the Seattle Seahawks, all I'm doing this offseason is picking and choosing what offensive lineman Russell Wilson wants. It's not like in the situation of Deshaun,
Right.
where Deshaun has no one, literally no one with him. Well, Fuller's gone, DeAndre Hopkins gone, J.J. Watt's gone. He has everybody there. All he wants is an offensive line. All he wants to do is know he's not going to get fucked up every time he goes to catch the football from a shotgun formation. And as a Seattle Seahawks personnel, I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, I mean, we want to keep you. You're obviously a franchise quarterback.
You hope they're listening.
And you're just like, yeah, I don't want to send you to Chicago, Dallas, Miami. Why? Like, what's the point? Like,
There's some Saints rumors for a little bit too, by the way.
yeah, the Saints shit is always there. Saints are in every quarterback conversation until the fucking end of time. Like, oh,
Fair enough.
shit, who was it? Trevor Lawrence. Somehow the Saints trade up and get Trevor Lawrence. Whatever. But
You never know with Peyton, baby.
Russell-
Never know with Peyton magic.
Russell is going to stay a Seattle Seahawk, no matter what. But I hope, for his sake, the offensive line gets better.
And I think the Seahawks is a organization that kind of has and shown that for the most part that they'll respond to Russell's needs and wants. I would say the running back situation for a while has been a thing. He definitely has had options, but it kind of before. I mean, I don't even know the truth of that. That kind of just sounds like an off-season thing. That his camp swinging out there to, again, like you said, pressure. And I think you hit all the points very well. I want to kind of bring up a little subtopic real quick with you, dude, and that is, do you think that these organizations should start listening to their franchise quarterbacks a little bit more? Now, here's the examples I gave you. Obviously, we see what's happening with Deshaun Watson. We see Russell Wilson now pulling that little card that he is, and that is a move, right? That is a, hey, this is how I think you're going to respond to me, which is more than he should have to do in the public whatsoever.
Right.
Then Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, again, has been begging, and yes, he has Devontae Adams now, fantastic, but he has been begging and pleading for weapons for a long time now, and you disrespect him with Jordan Love last year. They didn't do that. You don't see the Patriots do that to Tom Brady when he was around the same years in his career as they did. Garoppolo, you could argue, around that same time, but, and I understand they chased him out with the Bucs, but I'm talking if around the same timeline, because Aaron Rodgers came a little bit later than Brady, around the same point in Brady's career, yes, they put in Jimmy, yes, they did the same kind of thing, but you could argue at least that they were bringing in pieces for him in a certain extent. But I think there is more of an issue that, what I'm getting at here, I don't want to get too off base, is that do these organizations need to start listening to their quarterbacks a little bit more?
125 fucking percent.
Right.
Listen, if you have one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, and I'm not talking about like if Jameis Winston came up to me and was like, help me with something, go fuck yourself.
Right. Go figure it out, or go 40 for 40.
But if Patrick Mahomes says, hey, we need somebody outside of Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, I would be like, okay, here, I would lay it out for him. Because some players think maybe I'm not saying players are dumb, but some players might think that there's more to the cap than there is and stuff like that. I would lay it out. I was like, here are the picks. Here are cap spaces. Here's who we can cut. Here's who we do this. Now, how can we make you happy? How can we make you do well? Without trying to sell the farm to make you happy. That's what I would say. Because here's why I say that. Patrick Mahomes told Andy Reid to draft who last year? CEH. It was a fine draft pick. It's okay. That's fine. But he also told people, I will take the money back end so you can sign Chris Jones and Tyrann Mathieu. Perfect situation. Tom Brady went to the Bucs because the Bucs told him you can have some help with the personnel. Bruce Arians also told Tom Brady you can coach. I'm gonna let you have your shit.
Right, exactly.
So,
yes, exactly.
And guess where those two teams ended up? The goddamn Super Bowl.
Right.
So
right. Exactly. Perfect point to my point.
Yeah.
I mean that's 100%, and I think it's like that exactly. You see the managements that are listening to their QBs ended up in the Super Bowl, and those that aren't have upset and pissed off quarterbacks that are leaking shit with your team when that should all be done in-house. And you should, when you have, exactly like you said, when it's a top 5 guy, you let your top 5 guy in on some of those decisions. I think you run it just like if I had LeBron James on my team. LeBron James is making some of those decisions. If I have...
okay.
Alright.
I forgot how much we recorded last time. That's crazy.
What are we at right now? Like 30 minutes?
That's fine, man.
What are we at?
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes in.
Alright.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. LeBron James.
Yeah, if I had LeBron James, again, yeah, he would be making some of the decisions. If I had any franchise play, if you have a top 5 player, whether it's name your fucking sport, they need to be making some of the decisions. If you want to keep them in your franchise and you want to build a franchise and a dynasty.
Well, the one thing that a lot of people were like, a lot of people hate the NBA is because a lot of the NBA has, a lot of players say, I want to make a super team. But I don't think, even with players saying they want to leave, they want to do this, they want to do this, there's never going to be a super team in the NFL. The cap space is too hard. Even if I put, like, look at the Chiefs are probably the closest to a super team as well as the Buccaneers, and they both almost lost. They both almost lost. Like, the Bucs almost lost to the Washington football team and Tyler Heineke, and the Chiefs almost lost to the Browns. So, like,
I mean, 2 good fights.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
2 good fights.
Football is such a enigma to the point where those teams, even if you have a super team, it's never going to happen. And I don't think Russell Wilson understands that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think a lot of
Very
people
good point,
understand it. I don't think a lot of people understand that, and people are saying that shit. But anyways.
You know who else does not understand how to manage teams whatsoever, or manage their players, or manage, just how to appear like you're, competent in running your franchise? That is, of course, the team that we're always talking about that lacks in competency in their franchise, and that is, of course, the Washington football team, named to be determined at a later date, but probably not, although now they are claiming by 2022. We will see. I fucking doubt it. So, couple things. I just don't understand, and I called you bewildered. I texted you bewildered about this. How do you show such fucking flamboyant and just public disrespect to one of the players that completely shifted and completely changed the perspective, not only in DC, but around the league of your team? Him and Riverboat Ron put respect back in our name with no fucking name, right? Like everybody likes to say, right? So, I mean, Washington football team named determined later date, but probably not. Once again, found a way to shoot themselves in the fucking foot.
All right.
You come out, you say, that's what they did. You come out.
But I'm going to tell you, you finish and I'll tell you what's really going on.
I disagree.
I know you're going to disagree.
I already know what take you're going to take. I already know what you're going to say. Well, he's had this injury for a long time.
I told you the take. I told you the take.
This is true.
Just go. Just go. I'm gonna let you rant.
You gonna get me hot? You gonna get me hot?
I'm not gonna get you hot.
You want me hot?
Listen, you said stuff about Ben, and I'm actually gonna defend Alex Smith, but at the same time, business decisions.
So we've already kind of had this conversation out there. But, so, again, I just think it's completely and utterly disrespectful to make it as public as they did. Now, I understand some of the reasonings behind it. People don't really come back from that injury. It's an amazing thing that he did. We didn't have any other fucking option. I get it. But put him back in some sort of respect of, hey, you are our guy, whether it is on or off the field going forward. I think he has deserved that. I think he has earned that. He has shown that as comeback player of the year, that he's somebody that he wants to teach, somebody that wants to give everything and knowledge he has in the game, and somebody that can lead you to places if he is just there. In my opinion, that's how high of respect I have for this man. Okay? Now, and again, the numbers are the numbers when he starts for us. And he, by the way, he's only lost 4 games total in the 2 years that he has been able to play. Okay? I don't understand the move whatsoever to be so public about it. I do think that there's room for him, as even if you're like, hey, listen, let's start you off a QB coach contract. We really think you'll be a big part of this team. We'll maybe give you some front office duties to boost up your salary. Whatever you want, we want you here in the building. I think he deserves that. Didn't happen that way. I don't think it had to be so public. In my opinion, it was a shooting yourself in the foot to, once again, for people to, at the very least, kind of, once again, to the Washington football team and be determined at a later date, but probably not to kind of look at him and go,
Okay.
Ugh.
So, Alex Smith.
Uh-huh.
Comeback player of the year.
Yep.
Dude garners...
Are you watching a fucking goddamn college basketball game right now?
Shh.
Are you watching a fucking goddamn basketball game?
It's 81.0 seconds left.
Okay, you're approved.
Okay. But I listened to all your takes. I listened to all of it. You're right. The numbers are the numbers when he started. He did great. He's a comeback player of the year. He did the impossible. He deserves more. But he cannot be a starting quarterback for a team of your caliber. This is me giving the Washington football team a compliment on their team. Your team is ready to win now. You cannot deny Logan Thomas became one of the better tight ends in the NFL. Scary Terry has proved themselves as one of the better wide receivers. Antonio Gibson is a Swiss Army knife. Your defense is your defense with that fucking freak of nature called Chase Young. Alex Smith,
thank you,
is what Alex Smith was to the 49ers and to the Chiefs. He did what Alex Smith does. He got it to the playoffs.
I feel so bad for
He got it to the playoffs. He is good enough to take you to the playoffs, to take you to that. But is he good enough to take you to a Super Bowl? No, I am sorry, Joey. And to cut him,
I know!
and to cut him to save $10 million, it's a no-brainer. He did great. You thank him, and you go, you do his thing. First of all, Alex Smith also should thank Ron Rivera. I mean, Ron Rivera could have been, I mean, like, be honest. Like, Ron Rivera could have told him, go fuck himself. I don't want this in my locker room. I don't want you to get hurt and have this on my conscience. Everybody's happy. He's going to go play for the fucking Bears, more than likely.
Why do we have to make it so public?
But the point is it is what it is in business. That's all it is.
You don't have to make the business public.
I mean, it's business, bro. I mean, it's, you can't, you gotta learn.
But you don't have, I mean, that has nothing to do with business. You don't have to make it public.
$10 million. It's nothing to shut. With $10 million,
Again! All that could have
Robinson.
been done behind doors. You didn't have to say
What
we
are you
never
saying?
wanted him. You
No,
don't have to
they
make
didn't
that
say they
public.
didn't want him.
They didn't say that public.
They just
I
said,
understand
all
Alex's
they
comments.
said, all they said was, Alex Smith garners too much money towards the cap that we need to start thinking about now.
Were there or were
later.
there not comments leaked that were saying we never had plans to keep him on in the first place?
Well, you gotta also think here too, Joe.
And then Alex just responded to that shit.
It's going overtime. It's going overtime.
Yeah, but over under, what do you have? Who do you
No.
have?
I just have Baylor to win.
Oh, okay. So
So it's good. We're still, it's 81 at the end of regulation. Now it's going to go to overtime. So that's good.
Okay.
Everything's still alive.
Don't you ever wish you had the over when it goes
No.
overtime? I always think about
I
that.
hate my dick hurt. My dick hurts when I think about that.
Oh, a lot of blue balls at the over
So-
under, baby.
My only point here is
Yeah.
you got Alex Smith deserves all the respect in the world. He is going to be a starting quarterback somewhere else. But to think that, yes, I get it. I understand. Maybe there were comments like saying, we don't want him. We never had plans to keep him. That's who Alex Smith is, Joey. I'm sorry. He is a guy that you play because at the end of the day, he's a bridge quarterback.
Pouncey's brother retired. Pouncey brothers retired.
See? There you go. You're learning. So the Pouncey brothers retired.
It was just building a bit from earlier. It was a callback. You're welcome. Fucker.
Pouncey brothers retired. What really is, I'm not sad.
Whatever.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, kudos to Marquise. He was the Steelers center. He did what he did. He's an All-Pro. He might get a gold.
You should be
jacket.
a little sad.
I mean,
You don't think gold jacket for Pouncey? Why?
Okay.
Is that too big of an Aaron Hernandez fan or what?
listen, I'm all about defending friends. I'm all about it. I'm all defend, but when you know you're fucking, like I said, if you showed me Ben Roethlisberger was an actual rapist and it says Ben is an actual rapist, I would not defend Ben Roethlisberger. Like, they saw Aaron Hernandez was an actual murderer, and they still defended him.
And there was a time when it was just floated that he was maybe a murderer.
And there you go.
Just like Ben's in right now with the racist.
See, here we go. Anyways.
And we're back!
And we're done with that, so congratulations to the Pouncey brothers. Great career. Twins that made it to the NFL. I think it's like the third or fourth pair. One's going to probably go to the Hall of Fame. End of story. Now.
Wait, real quick, I do want to say a couple things because I think we should just end the show, what we're about to do next. But first, just want to say, division previews coming up next week.
Oh, and we're going to do 4 teams. We're going to do a whole division, so that's probably going to be Gardner. Unless there's big news, that's probably going to take the whole show. Unless there's huge news.
And then, of course, all our fans are wondering, when are we going to go ahead and take, I'm going to take the punishment for this season's, once again, back-to-back losses.
It has to be before March 15th, because the sign of the cross.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I gotta do Jesus stuff.
What is it? Wait, what does that call when you have to give it up for? It's not Lent.
It's Lent. Yeah,
Oh.
it's Lent.
Oh.
So, like, Catholics give up something. Ours is just predetermined. I'm just like a vegan.
Okay, gotcha. So, like, based on the year?
No, it's just like
It's always you always go vegan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you guys. Like, you guys pick, like, whoever is Catholic out there understands.
Don't
give
you
up-
guys be? I'm not
Like, if you like, you don't eat meat on Fridays.
No
you
offense
give
to
up
any
something.
Catholics.
You give up something. I
Yeah,
give up Christmas.
you give up something, yeah.
So you can be better at that. So so yes, that's coming in a week. We'll put it up.
So okay, fantastic. And then we'll figure out the Wing Factory dealie and what's going on when I take all the
Yes.
balls. And like you said, probably next week. And that's oh yeah. Also, I would like to do the following segment once every week where we make a specific structured debate per topic. I think we should be doing that every single week. Getting kind of off mic talk, but we've been a little behind the scenesy this episode. And what do you think?
What?
We do a debate like we're about to have. Because
Okay.
we're gonna curtail into the kid, and and we're gonna talk about that, but then we're gonna go curtail into something else really quick with a debate that we both have disagreed on. Kind of vintage of what started us in our golden years with the Lamar and Patrick debate, but we have one every single week during the season. I think we can find it. Yep, we're doing it. I'll make it happen. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It will be fantastic. So, with that being said, the big topic of last week, as you all missed us, was Cam and the kid, and the back and forth there. Basically, the kid called out Cam about free agency, yada, yada, yada. He had this kid just trying to get attention, young, dumb, 16-year-old kid, and just wanted anything to have a moment on camera with Cam. And then Cam, being Cam, and I highly respect this, tried to have a man-to-man conversation with him. I don't know if it went exactly like he wanted to, but Cam still, I think, eventually got his point across when the kid was sorry if he upset anyone. If he upset anybody. And sorry if because he has a career, yada, yada, yada. And sorry if this affected any of that at all. And the apology did not feel really real to me, but whatever, who cares? I'm sure if his mother understood the whole situation, she would be all over his ass. I'm sure his mother probably pressured him to even do that. With that being said, I love the way Cam handled this. I think it was in a very respectful way. I think that a lot of this younger generation, and maybe it's always been this way, like we're growing up and we're just becoming old cruxes now, and that is that, I mean, again, it seems like these kids all just want the clout, the attention, and don't really want to put the work or effort through to understand what that means, because it's all about creating a brand now, and branding, and followers, and but not actually the work and the ethic of the game. So Cam was trying to get a point across, and hopefully when the kid's a little bit older, it'll stick somehow.
Alright. Fuck that kid. Fuck all the kids who laughed at that situation. Fuck all the kids who think that TikTok, doing all that shit is cool. Because you literally just made fun of a guy who went to the mountaintop.
Yep. Former MVP. Played in the Super Bowl. Was that 1% of people do that in the whole time? 0.1%.
You are the biggest fucking moron of all time. I'm sorry. I don't care how old you are. If that was my kid,
I'm not recruiting you either. I'm making sure I make a note. Never recruiting that kid if I'm recruiting.
I don't give a fuck who that kid is anymore. I don't care who he is, because that's what we call. You think you have brass nuts? You think you're making fun? You're making fun of one of the most talented players to ever play in the NFL, college football history. Like, are you dumb? Are you stupid? You went to his camp, you paid money. Maybe his parents paid him money. But you are the most spoiled little brat I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Cam, kudos to Cam.
Yeah.
Because if it was me, I would have laid into this kid. I'd have been like, get the fuck out of my camp. If you don't want to listen to me, then why the fuck do you want to? You're never going to amount to shit. I'm serious. I don't care. Those are the kids that don't amount to shit. Those are the kids that 10 years from now will say, oh, if I did one thing different, this would have changed my life. Then do it, you dumb fucking moron. Listen to fucking Cam fucking Newton, MVP of the league, Rookie of the Year. Guy went to the Super Bowl, 30,000 yards passing, 5,000 yards rushing.
Get him.
He knows what to do to get there. He did it. So why are you doing this? And I will tell you something, Joe.
Get the sassy again.
And I will tell you something, Joe. That apology didn't mean worth dick to me.
No.
Because he did not mention Cam Newton's name once.
No.
It sounded like his parents or coach told him to do it.
Right.
And he's still a prick. He's still a fucking prick.
Again, when you say the words, I'm sorry if your apologies mean.
You mean shit. You don't mean it. You called him a free agent.
Not I'm sorry that I'm sorry if There's a huge difference.
You called a guy a free agent? That's a diss? He's a free agent in the fucking NFL. What are you going to be?
And will have more money than you will ever fucking see, or your family will see in their whole entire fucking life.
Motherfucker, you better be.
Not that matters.
You better be a free agent from like the sanitation department. Shut the fuck up.
You're about to be a free agent in the unemployment line. You're about to be the Virginia Employment Commission.
Granted, do I think Cam Newton's going to be a starter in the NFL? That's to be determined. Will he get signed to a fucking team? Of course. 100%. Of course. He still has Under Armour deal.
I think he will be a starter.
You know what? He might be. But that's the point we're trying to make. Right. He's going to be a starter. Now, our conversation our debate. That's
Wait
different.
now.
Okay. Because we're gonna have to end the show.
The
quick.
Pharaoh in Little Joe's dumpster fire debate
it's
of the
actually-
week because it's going to be a segment.
Because it's actually a segment. Because
It's now going to be an off-season
Is
segment.
Cam Newton a Hall of Famer? I'm on the opinion no, and you're on the opinion yes. Now,
Yeah.
this is, again, we are talking about the Hall of Fame. This is the Hall
shit.
of Fame. People who we believe have changed the game for the better. I would like to start my argument with this. If you're going to put Cam Newton in there, Michael Vick definitely deserves to be there. Because they both, one revolutionized the game for Cam Newton to even get to where Cam Newton was. Yes, I understand. Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl. They were 15-1 and yada 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 and all this shit. I get it. And I'm not, no. Yeah, let me finish and then you can rebuttal. He broke.
We will keep these debates structured.
Yes, he will go down as one of the better rushing quarterbacks and dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL. But in my opinion, this is me thinking as what these fucking assholes in the NFL Hall
Probably
of Fame.
damaging yourself.
Because these dudes are brain dead. These dudes are brain dead. And this is what I told people. That's how these guys work. They are not going to put a rushing quarterback in. He is more of a rushing quarterback than a passing quarterback. He's not going in. And those 4 years were amazing. The 4 years that I'm thinking about, from his rookie year to that Super Bowl, unbelievable. Best quarter, one of the most generational talents. The downfall was so significant that I don't think that people are going to remember that. People are not going to remember the MVP. People are not going to remember the Rookie of the Year. People are not going to remember that. He has one All-Pro. He has three Pro Bowls. Granted, the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest by itself, but dude, he is the most boisterous, most polarized guy. You're telling me he can't garner more than 3 Pro Bowls? I mean, those are the stats. Yes, he did the 30,000 yards and 5,000 yards, whatever, but the touchdowns weren't there. The completion percentage is not there. The winning records definitely weren't there. Getting cut like that. Maybe you could say it was because of all the hits he took. That Roethlisberger took as many hits as him. Russell Wilson did. And I think Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer.
I think even Rapist Big Ben is. Unless charges come up later.
So my point is, I don't think there's a model of consistency in Cam's game that will garner him a gold jacket. If he does, kudos. I'm also playing devil's advocate in the sense that these guys that vote for the NFL Hall of Fame has a backlog longer than a fucking phone book. And I think Cam Newton is going to be lost in the shuffle and he'll never get it. So.
Rebuttal time.
Okay. We'll keep it nice.
Of course. We'll do that with this new segment that we're going to do every week during the offseason.
Yeah.
This will be the lovable, friendly, affable debate.
Yeah.
Okay, now, he said yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll see.
Then we'll see how long that lasts, right?
Keep it tight.
Yeah, not for long. Now, what is every single team's goal at the end of the year?
Win a Super Bowl.
Fantastic. What is every player's individual accolade that they are stabbed to?
MVP.
Okay.
No. Quarterbacks. We gotta be real here. It's a quarterback fucking award.
There have been plenty of examples where quarterbacks have not won this award.
You want ready for the last time it happened? When fucking Adrian Peterson almost broke the record. All records. That's the only time.
So you're saying there's a chance. So listen.
1%.
So
And I have a better chance of being fucking gay. But continue.
listen. Alright? Again, that's all you need. In my opinion, that is all you need. If you went ahead, that award is so rare, it's given out once a year. The Super Bowl is won once a year. If you make those accolades, boom, you're in the Hall of Fame for me. I don't care how saturated it may seem, but that is it. If you do the 2 biggest honors and make the 2 biggest honors, win or lose the Super Bowl, and you have the MVP, if you have both, you deserve 100%, you deserve a yellow jacket. 100%. A golden jacket. And no, wait. So then, then you're saying Eli doesn't deserve it? You're saying Big Ben doesn't deserve it?
Didn't we discuss Big Ben and Eli? Didn't I tell you what I said about those two? Did I tell you about those two?
Why? Because they have 2?
They have the 2 Super Bowl rings.
Okay.
And they are in the top 10 of individual categories of passing yards, touchdowns, completion percentage, all that stuff. Cam Newton's in one category of the top 10, and it's rushing. We don't put quarterbacks in for rushing yards. We put them in for passing.
MVP Super Bowl. That's the only argument I need. Again, he's set, and yes, Michael Vick opened some doors, but Cam Newton has now set the precedent. He has set the standard for that type of QB in the league, and now is allowed for players to look up to him, and players like Kyler Murray that is coming up now, Jalen Hurts.
That's fine.
Right.
And I told you, if Kyler Murray, because here's the deal, and
He also, by the way, set the script, and you can argue with whatever you want, but I think it should have some accolade for an athlete, a quarterback particularly, a black quarterback, how to act in the social media era.
So
he has set the script on how to do that.
You want me to be real honest now?
Yes.
Because I think Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, all those other quarterbacks are going to be Hall of Famers, there had to be a sacrificial lamb. And that sacrificial lamb was Cam Newton. And it's true. He played in an era where that wasn't established. That wasn't, like, it didn't show, like, his credibility. And that's what I'm trying to say. If the only standard, if the only standard was Super Bowl, going to one Super Bowl and an MVP, then holy shit, man. And then the Hall of Fame should have just been.
Look at that list. If you look at that actual list, I mean, no, not that that's the only standard, but I'm saying if you do that, you should be in it. If you look at that standard, it's players that deserve to be in there.
Conversation, but not in. It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of very good or average. Like, come on, man.
It's a Hall of Fame, and if you make it to the 2 highest accolades in the sport,
dude, come on.
You're a Hall of Famer.
You're killing me with this shit. Because here's the deal: he had only 4 years of greatness. That's it. Now you have a guy like Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson just made it this year. He had 9 years of being the best, no question, wide receiver in the game.
Sure.
And if he kept going, I'm pretty sure he would have 5-6 more years. And that's why I'm pissed off. Is because
you got the heat came out.
I hate because I don't want this to be a baseball thing. Like, it is the Hall of Fame. Like, this is, like, you literally, like, you put the guys that you know changed the fucking game.
Well, now that's a whole nother thing. You don't respect the sanctity of Baseball Hall of Fame?
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't put Barry Bonds in and shit like that, and you make yourself look like gods, and I don't fucking want to hear it.
And you leave fucking Pete Rose out.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit, yeah. Now, for the Football Hall of Fame, I think they're doing it right. They're putting guys in the correct way. Like, if Cam Newton comes in, he's not going to get in for 20 years.
How does Cam earn it for you?
In my opinion, in my personal opinion, because this year was disastrous, super disastrous.
Yeah.
He gets three more Pro Bowls. He needs one more All-Pro year. And he gets at least, I'm going to say 4 more years of 3,000-yard passing, 25 touchdowns. If he does that, sign me up. I'm on the Cam train with him. But he has to have that. He has to have 4 years of that.
And he doesn't need that. And again, like, I understand what you're saying, but I think using and we'll wrap it up in a second, but I think the baseball comparison is not fair. Baseball comparison is not fair.
It's not fair in the sense of, I shouldn't have said it in the sense because they are legit dickheads.
Right, and that as well as if you look at that list of Super Bowl and MVP, and the only people that have reached that, win or lose, and you've gotten an MVP, it is very short, and they all deserve it.
Dude, come on, Joey, like, that cannot be your only...
That's all I need!
Criteria. That cannot be
That's
your only
all I
criteria.
need!
Then the list, Brad Johnson should fucking make the Hall of Fame.
He should!
Oh my god.
He should.
Alright, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do.
Okay. This is a weekly segment.
We're gonna agree to disagree on this one because literally
we're not gonna leave it up to the face of the franchise.
No, they can look. But I'm agreeing to disagree with you.
And you're agreeing to disagree on this one?
God give us healthy lives to the point where I can see Cam Newton get into the conversation on the Hall of Fame and get away from it like fucking sorry, Eamon and fucking Dom, because I was the dumb bet there, This is a Moosey bet. This is a fucking Chad Ochocinco shit.
I'm not betting it, I promise you that much.
But my point is, this is the same shit. Like, Chad Ochocinco had great years, and then look what happened.
He's gonna be in eventually.
No, he won't. Okay. Cam Newton or Chad Johnson? Both are not. Okay. Steve Smith will, and I can't wait for that, so...
And that's gonna be electric, and so is Chad Ocho's speech.
I love him.
when he fucking downs a big mouth in our faces. It's gonna be fantastic. No
so
one
for
wants
all
to
of
do
you,
that.
you decide if Cam Newton's
Not
Hall of
even your
Famer.
girlfriend.
But I am the Pharaoh. That is Little Joe. Please follow, like, and subscribe us on all our sites, as well as follow forcecr.studio. And shout out to our sponsors, Eyesight, the mobile eyewear company, the eyewear company that comes to you, Stuck Up Clothing, finest fashion money could buy.
Oh, we got it!
So both of them have websites. Please look them up, stuckupclothing.com, as well as eyesight.com. That is with an I, IG, Instagram, IG and Twitter, as well as Seductions by Jax. Get your eyebrows done, you can get your hair done. IG as well.
Those males as well.
Follow us on Four Corners. We are the face of the franchise host. Stay breezy, stay easy, one love.
Ha ha!